Debt-Free TV, in association with getoutofdebtfree.org.
Welcome to Nottinghamshire Police. If you know the extension number, please dial it now, or press 1 to say the name of the person or department you require. If you are reporting a crime or incident, press 2. If you would like to speak to the operator, then please hold, or press hash to hear this menu again. Connecting you to the operator.
We haven't do much around this bit.
Yes, good morning, Nottinghamshire Police. Could you put me through to the press office, please?
Yes, hold on one moment.
Looks like they might be getting a haircut as well.
Communication.
Yeah, is that the press office?
It is the press office.
Yeah, good morning, sir. I have two questions that I'd like to ask. One, like an update on the 4 paedophiles recently charged under Operation Daybreak and Exeries, and any
Who am I
update.
speaking to, please?
My name's Mickey Summers.
Alright. Sorry, say again.
What do you
What's
want?
an update
On the 4 paedophiles that have recently been charged under Operations Daybreak and Exeries.
Okay. Do you have their names that have been charged? So I can check.
Well, you should have their names because to date there's no one been named in the media, so we're ascertaining.
No one been named in the media?
No. So we're assuming that you have a media blackout.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
So
So which, I need to know which individuals you refer to so I can just double check. the
well,
information you think is
well,
correct.
the information is relevant.
You recording this?
Just by Operation Daybreak.
I'm listening, in fact, I'm listening. I'm recording it with my own mind, nothing else. My name's Jonathan, I'm in the background. But no, we're just trying to find out because apparently some sentencing today.
One of your police officers as well. So
First I've heard about it.
It involved 4 police officer Tony Critchley?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have anything, any press release on Mr. Critchley?
Once we know the outcome of the sentencing, there'll be the press release going out.
Well, what have you got to say about the 4 paedophiles that have been charged in connection with historical child abuse under Operations Exeries and Daybreak?
Now, what do I have to say?
No, Nottinghamshire Police.
What does Nottinghamshire Police have to say?
Yes.
These are individuals that have been charged, and they've been charged, and I will happily, if you want me to verify who it is that you want information about, I can happily
Yes,
go away and get that information.
we'd like their names now, please.
Well, if you give me your contact details, I'll go and get the names and verify the charges against them.
Well, I'm happy to be put on hold, and
Well, it'll involve me just double checking by making other calls, so...
well, that's fine. I'm more than happy to be placed on hold.
I've noticed that you can placing you on hold and making other calls at the same time. I'll also depend on the officers who are dealing with the cases to be available. Need to check systems as well. So if you give me your contact details, I'll happily call you back or email you if you prefer with that information.
So are you actually refusing to put me on hold to get the information?
No, it's not. You can't
Well,
do
what
it.
I'm saying is, I'm saving you the inconvenience of being kept on hold for a long time.
Well, I'm okay with that because I have unlimited minutes on my phone. So
Okay. If I don't have officers available to speak to, you're probably going to be on hold for, you may be on hold for hours.
well, let's see where we go.
That's on pause, not hold.
But we know there's a media blackout because it was taken to.
No, it's never a complete media blackout, Mickey. There were little articles that appeared everywhere,
Yes,
so they
but,
can never get in trouble for saying it. But it's quite an interesting case, and say what we're not hearing about is coming up right now when we're watching Cliff Richard and all the big his and everything else. Even the BBC filming the raids on his house. This would be 4 charges. The people we're talking about have they actually been charged?
No. Well, You see, we were talking about council paedophiles.
Yeah. The chap who is going through the courts today for sentencing, and that was...
He's an ex-Nottinghamshire police officer.
Right, so we haven't seen much in the press about that, what's saying something will come out afterwards.
It only came out because Jennifer Scott from the Nottingham Post happened to be on court duty that day and was actually in that court when he was found guilty.
I would be careful because, say, even with the Evening Post, you'll find a small article somewhere buried. That's it. They will not, they're not complete blackout, but the things which are interesting people, this is a bit negative because, of course, it doesn't seem very widely publicised. So I think better be our job to make sure it's widely publicised. But this partnership between the council, police, and the courts, well, if they carry on doing the stuff they're doing to you and to other people, it brings the courts into dispute, and we still need them to sentence these paedophiles.
Yeah.
So the police need to be working with us.
We know how the strategic partnership between the councils and the police work. I mean, we just refer to it as a criminal cartel.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's quite shocking. Why do the police need partners, and how do partners affect their
Well, if you're in a partnership, right?
Well, police don't
and
need a
involved
partner.
with
Police
people,
are the police.
They must have some kind of conspiracy going.
Well, it is very evident that if someone was to walk into here as a police officer to invest serious crimes, then they wouldn't just pop in and say, "Hi, Jonathan.
No.
We've heard there may have been some rapes and stuff, lots of people complaining. Would you look into it?" And you go like, no, that isn't the police's role. The police would be looking into it. But the council, with the embarrassment factor, especially now it's a policeman involved as well, it's us losing confidence. But losing confidence because we're showing that this is actually happening. Mickey, you've been trying to tell people what happened to you many years ago, and the idea is that one incident, and nothing else has happened. You go, well, that's not true, but letting the side down by exposing how they can't cope, let's see what they come back with. But you could be on hold a long time.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't know what time the sentencing is at the courts, but we'll see how much press coverage that gets, shall we?
Well, we also need press coverage, really, on these four beasts.
Well, exactly as you're doing to the police is asking about the four beasts. What have the rest of the press done? Surely you should be asking why they're not covering these next.
Some of our media friends, colleagues, whatever people wish to refer them
the people
to,
you trust.
the people we actually trust that do report from a Nottinghamshire newspaper have tried to ascertain what's going on. I've updated our media friend this morning about Critchley and everything else, and
that's going to distract you, isn't it?
we're waiting.
Well, it's the same.
get any info.
He has got to make the calls round. So in theory, maybe we get him to call you back. But say we could wait for ages now, but there's nothing lost because at least we're having a pleasant conversation. But to say this man didn't sound like he wasn't going to do his job. No, he doesn't sound like that someone's going to hide anything. But you see, you know the difference when you hear the bullshit. That's it. You'll just prepare for bullshit all the time.
Well, the thing is, our elected leader of the
CSA inquiry action group,
David Hollis,
yes.
he's actually in the process of challenging as to why there's this media blackout. You know, and today, well, we might just get confirmation that there is, because it's been taken to a senior officer recently, and basically he's unaware of it, and he doesn't agree that it's appropriate that there's a media blackout, but I believe it is a strategic partnership of the police protecting the council paedophiles.
Well, there is this issue that apparently people who have committed crimes against children are now, should we call it, vehemently hated, and their lives are in danger.
Once they're charged,
their job is now protecting those people, because their job is to protect people because they failed.
Yeah,
with the children, so now they're succeeding by protecting the paedophiles.
Yeah, but once they're charged, like the free press, as we know it to be, have the right to report that a person has been charged.
Yeah, but then again, all the paedophiles do is change their name by default, and then they're relocated. And Nottingham, I can't say is a haven, but you say they've taken a very difficult task of trying to keep an eye on paedophiles that don't exist.
Yeah, well, they told me that my man didn't exist.
Exactly. So all this stuff about protection and paedophile protections, you go like, it's very dangerous for a man or a woman if they're known that they abuse anybody. For children to walk around the street with the state of social media, you can't blame them for locking it down. What's it going to look like when a policeman is charged with, is it indecent assault or rape? But who cares? It's still somebody in a powerful position, or as they believe powerful position, giving people all this
But
grief.
there's one thing that
I'm well protected. I'll never get caught, and if I do, my groups
there
will
is
help
one
me.
thing that we really do know though, because we made a telephone call to the police last year,
Yeah.
and we asked them, do you have a paedophile protection squad?
I think I remember the call because it seemed quite jovial at your actual end there, because of course they wouldn't understand what you mean, and of course they said, oh, well, they thought you were talking about protecting children from paedophiles.
No,
But it seems to
they
be more
protect paedophiles.
protection, yeah, because it's not a safe place for a paedophile to exist with all this energy coming up. All this energy coming up, and it looks like we're having to take things in. We don't want to take things into our own hands. We've just got to fix things.
Well, we're now...
After Brexit, maybe we should go for fix it. It doesn't matter if we win or out, does it?
Is that Jim will fix it, as in Jimmy Savile?
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? We can either do it Jimmy's way, which has been done for a very long time, and then anybody that Jimmy's fixed it for is then in the pocket of a very powerful elite group. Go, is that a surprise? They all keep ending up in a very powerful elite group. Yeah. So yes, I don't think it's going to be Jim will fix it this time.
Okay.
What about Mick will fix it?
I'll try.
Mick will fix it. I like that one.
I can but try. And I've been trying for 3 years now.
Well, they're hoping everybody who's standing up against corruption, bullying, shall we call it assaults, you know, which are being exposed, just goes away, Mickey. And I'm afraid you haven't gone away, and I don't think I'm going away either. Even though the authorities try very hard. Yes, it's quite funny how they tried very hard, but a little bit of education means that we know who works for us. But no, he could be ages. He really could be ages. And can you remember his name now?
No.
You've forgotten already, haven't you? But
But
it
he's,
should be
he's the press officer, so
yeah.
maybe he can be able to account to...
Yeah. But it's the name of 4 people, you say, who are being investigated. Like Cliff Richard.
Well, no, they're not being investigated, they've been charged.
Well, that's even different, isn't it? Because Cliff Richard was charged, wasn't he?
No, he was just... he was actually... had his house raided,
Yes.
and they did an investigation and sent the papers to the CPS. He was never charged.
But these people have actually been charged with the offence, which is normally public knowledge.
Yes.
Anybody else? Any, should we call it, low-life scrope that doesn't matter to stir up the emotions about how we might have been conned all this time? But anybody actually in power, it's very, very embarrassing. Like that, am I allowed to say Alan Smith? I don't know who he is. I just keep hearing this name.
I think he was the former director of Nottingham Social Services.
Well, I haven't linked him in this conversation to paedophiles or anything at all. But
No.
you see, there are many names which keep being bandied around and people have been in authority that in theory aren't even at the level of Cliff Richard. But when people actually get prosecuted, should we say charged, like the police officer being sentenced today, then of course the world is different. We're actually doing something if other people understand. Why? You don't, I'm going to say why you seem so angry, but I'm not seeing you angry. I think we've gone past anger, haven't we?
Well, I'm described as being angry, volatile, in your face.
Well, that sounds like being a human and a man. It doesn't like being abused.
I've even been branded a thug.
Really?
Yeah. I've never actually laid a finger on anyone. You know, and all I've ever been is assertive, but they actually view my assertiveness as something else. Hello, are you there?
Well, as I say, this man, he does seem to be actually looking to find those, and all he's doing is his job, probably as a police officer. I think he's a police officer, and the press office. So he is looking through those things. He hasn't said anything negative, and as we say, we're assuming that they're blacked out, so I'm pretty sure he's going to come back, and if he's allowed to, or the press will be able to hold anybody else about the names of the people of which are actually charged. So if there's no charges against anybody,
But
we won't have any information.
We do know that they've been charged.
Well, that's it, we know, but this is the correct way to do it, nicely and politely. And remember, they're meant to be our friends. There is dark stuff. That one police officer is not in respect like other police officers.
No.
Right, so the people in here, if we actually break our thin blue line, they don't want to be associated with child rapists, bullies, thugs, and in theory, people they want as their partners, they don't need any
I can hear him
partners.
clicking in the background.
Yeah, which means he's working.
Let's see if he wants to talk to us. Hello, would you like to talk to me now?
You did ask to go on hold, Mickey. Now, the last thing the police want to do is start having an internal investigation about cover-ups and things, because there's other people are covering things up. And so far, if anybody's been doing that, then of course they'll get called to task, is the correct way.
Well, we're at 15 minutes, so
You see, you do know the number, you can either ring it back or give them a few more minutes if you like. But I've enjoyed doing this. I didn't do lots of your hair.
No.
I'm smart enough for today. But what time is the court kicking off?
well, the police officer's due in sorry, ex-police officer.
Yes.
He's due in court.
Child rapist.
Well, no, indecent assault. But even now it was read out from the Nottingham Post. It says one of the charges was committed whilst he was off duty. So my needing to know is, does that mean that the other charges were committed whilst he was on duty?
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting turn of phrase, isn't it? Looking at the detail.
And I'm only asking the questions.
Zero's Barbershop, how can I help you?
Share police. If you know the extension number, please dial it now or press 1 to say the name of the person or department you require. If you are reporting a crime or incident, press 2. If you would like to speak to the operator, then please hold or press hash to hear this menu again.
That's who we're dealing with.
Nottinghamshire Police.
Connecting you to the operator.
Yeah, good afternoon. Could you put me through to the press office, please?
What?
Press office.
Thank you. Communication.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's Mr. Summers again.
Hello there.
We still need answers about the 4 paedophiles that have been charged under Operations Exeries and Daybreak. We're fully aware of what happened in court this morning with your former police officer, Anthony Critchley. He got two years. But we need the names of the paedophiles that were charged under Daybreak and Exeries. And it's in the public interest that their name. Failure to do that means that we'll have to take it to the Justice Minister and the Secretary of State, because this is freedom of the press being denied.
No, it isn't. But if you want to use right, you said 4 people, including Toby Christie, is that what you said?
No. There's 4.
As far as I'm aware, there aren't 4, there are 3.
Oh, so
It's been dealt with and proves there.
Right. So are you prepared to name the other paedophiles that have currently been charged under Daybreak and Exeries?
Well, we've got a chap called Colin Crogan who's going for trial in August.
Colin Crogan.
Yes.
Right. And who are the others?
We are aware of Christian Metcalf because he's been...
Yes, we're aware of Metcalf.
Yeah. One of the others has been charged in the areas of Daybreak.
Right. So you say there's 3, so you've named 2.
Yeah. A chap called Barry Pink.
Barry,
Pink.
as in the colour pink,
No, Pink. P-I-C-K.
P-I-C-K. So why up until today has there been a media blackout?
There hasn't been a meeting back yet.
Well, I can assure you that we have trusted media people that have worked with us that have tried phoning your. I'm not prepared to disclose. I'll just.
Well, I've discussed with people like Phil Brewster, who's been from Central TV. We've had those discussions. He's been aware of upcoming cases. Speaking to people like that who've asked the question.
So the information that we've got, there have been 4 that have been recently charged. Now you're telling me that.
As far as I've checked this while you were on hold, I just want to give you a call I was unable to call you back. So I've checked this, there's only 3 this time.
Well,
So I don't know where the 4th one.
well, at the last check.
It's one that's already been done, I can't.
Yeah. Well, that means that those that you've named are coming up for trial quite soon. They've been in the system for a while.
One's in August.
Yeah.
The other two, we're listed for trial next year.
They're listed for trial when?
Next year.
Okay, but that means that they've been in the system for a while. We're aware of 4 that have been charged since login. So.
Well, I'm not aware of them before. And I'll give you detail that have been charged. We wouldn't disclose.
Okay, well.
There's many offence around those who've been arrested or interviewed, but yeah, as charged, you've asked, and others have asked, have been given similar information today. I mean, you and Phil Bruce from Central News, as far as I'm aware.
Well, I shall pass the details on to our trusted media servants and ensure that.
You have to bear in mind, obviously, that there is a process to be gone through, and anything that you do that could prejudice that is going to, jeopardise the chances that victims of violence and coercive justice being done. So
Yes, but
just be mindful of that, please.
yeah, we respectfully follow those guidelines. But once a person is charged, you are more than aware that reporting is allowed once a person has been charged. Right, and we tried to get this information from your office a little while ago.
When exactly?
Pardon?
When exactly? When did you try to get
Around the time of the logins case, and no one talked to me. Well, I get that all the time from Nottingham Police. It's what I've come to expect. But thank you for your efforts today, and I'm sure we'll be in touch again soon. Till then, have a nice day.
I want to stress that, if you misuse or misinformation, obviously could jeopardise the cases against these people. And we're keen to see those people dealt with properly in court.
Yeah, well, we will only report that these people have been charged.
And how we report that?
Well, that is down to us. And we won't do anything that will jeopardise somebody else's case. That is for sure. Because we've had enough dealings with your corrupt police force. More so in my case. Well, I'm going to bid you good day, but we will be back to you because we've got to be. We will be getting back to you because we'll be meeting with some very senior policemen way above your rank in the not too distant future, and maybe we might ascertain something a little bit more factual around the 4 that we've been told about. But till then, have a nice day. Well, I'm not saying nothing. We'll ascertain exactly what's what when we actually meet with more senior officers.
Okay, thank you.
You have a wonderful day. Bye bye. So we've got some names.
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.